I was a victim, you know, I did think I was a victim, and I thought it's not fair. And I describe in the book that in those days it was like you was putting £5,000 in the fruit machine and pulling the handle and you was feeding it. We was feeding the business £5,000, you know, every second was going in. When you opened the doors of that new shop, it was £9,000 that it cost to open the door, put a key in the lock every day. We sold 4 of those nursery shops from 1980 to 2011, and the last one for an independent nursery shop was a world record, 70 million in cash for one shop.
Superstar Neville, and we're not finishing yet. I'm going to pass it to the audience now. I want you guys to have some questions. So get your questions ready. Have we got this mic ready? Let's get this running smoothly. So first person we are going to go to is Colleen.
Hi Colleen.
Hi there. So there are several people in this room I found out that have ADHD, and myself included. What are your best tips for coping with overwhelm, finishing, you know, all the typical ADHD struggles?
Colleen, I must say, we had a girl called Colleen, and she was one of the most important people in the whole of kiddie care. And I used to praise her every day because she deserved praise. And
kiddie care was amazing as well, because like it's a real loss.
Well, she was amazing. She was, and people used to come in, and when you travel 3-4 hours and you're pregnant, the first thing you want is a toilet. And they used to go in the door into the toilets, and people used to come out and say, I can't believe it, those toilets are cleaner than my toilets at home, you know. And they used to praise the staff and it was Colleen who did them every day, all the time, and she was one of the most valuable members of staff. And I think people forget about people who are doing jobs that you can't really see, you know, but anyway, overwhelm. Yeah, well,
finishing tasks.
Yeah, well, I never finish a task until the minute I should be. My wife is saying, Neville, we're going somewhere. I go, yeah, okay. Well, are you going to get ready? No, well, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to have a sauna. I'm going to get ready then, and she says, but it's only 55 minutes. And I go, yeah, because I've worked it backwards, and I work everything backwards. And it's like, we get there, you know, unless there's a road traffic.
Wait for the last minute.
Yeah, and this is how I get things done, because I procrastinate on a lot of stuff, because other stuff is better to do and more exciting. And then I wait for the last minute and I get it done. And I love people coming around the house. I love it. Because I can tidy. I tidy up like 15 minutes before they come. so yeah, it's a job, and I've got no answer for it. Only that's the way it is, you know. One of my secretaries was opening a computer, and I can't have a computer because it's too slow. So I have 3. So while one's opening, I have 3. Yeah, I do everything. So she was trying to open her computer on something, and I said, do you want a coffee? So I went out. And then an hour later, she comes to me, and I'm jet washing. And she says, what the hell are you doing? I said, well, the coffee machine, I switched it on, and of course you have to wait for it to warm up. And then I took the rubbish out, and then I saw the car needed cleaning. And then I go, she says, get back in here because you've got to sign some paperwork. You know, I go, that's fine, so I'll do it. You know, that's the way it is. Do you want your coffee?
Excellent stuff.
the guys know when I'm stressed because I like Colleen's cleaning.
Let's fly to the... John, I'll come back to you. We'll go to the back first. Amaru. Shout it for me, my man. I don't know my mic team are, but shout it for me.
What steps do we have to go through to make our first million? I'm sure we would all like to know that.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts with one small step, and it's the same with making your million, making your first million. It's just one small step at a time. The Kaizen method, I think I've pronounced it right, the Kaizen method is one small step at a time, one change. What's the smallest change that you can make to your business? Right. Every day, when I used to go home, driving home from work, I have to call it work, but it wasn't work. I was in my element, and so if I wasn't working, I was in my element. But every day, I would ask this question: have I sold my business today, or have I bought it? And this is to get you up to your first million. You ask yourself that question every single day. Have I bought my business today, or have I sold it? Now, if you've done things that has wasted time, you've bought your business. If you've done things that you could have done half the time, and you took twice as long, you've bought your business. If you've done things and you've made a mistake that you know you should never do that again, you've bought your business. If you've made an improvement to your business, you've done things quicker, easier, or not at all because you don't need to, you've sold your business. And that's what you want to be doing. You want to be selling your business. So you want to be improving your business all the time. And that's what will bring you to your first million. All right.
Superstar. Let's go to Joe. Stand down, we'll come to you after, my friend. Joe down here at the front.
Hi, Neville. Good to meet you. It's a great story. One of the things that I find, asking yourself every day is you've set your goals, and obviously you set your goals. You hit your 100 million, or you've got financially stable. I'm always interested in sort of what motivates you every day as well to keep going. And are you now gone to a different phase of building a legacy? Because obviously we all don't live forever. You've got family, you've got people that you've helped and you've supported, and you want to do that. It's just really working out what motivates you every day with a legacy. I know, like Sir Alex Ferguson says, he just kept going with a drive because they would keep winning the league year after year, and it's just wondering, what does motivate you every day?
Fuck knows.
Good answer.
Boom, mic drop. Never out.
Honestly, right, I'm here today because Joseph asked me, and yeah, I want to help. Joseph's got me 24/7. So if you're in his group and there is something that you need to ask and he hasn't got the answer, then I may have the answer. So therefore, it's it's good. It makes it stronger. It makes his business stronger, and it makes your business stronger. And I've always said, okay, when I got to 60, and we'd sold that business, and there was a party in Harrogate, and I didn't know this was going on. It's my fucking retirement party. Anyway, there's all these people, and all these cards and presents and stuff, and I go, what the fuck's this? I'm not retired. I'm not retired. I didn't tell them that. I didn't, because I didn't want to make them feel bad. But I'm going to Marilyn, what the fuck's going on here? So there we are, I haven't got an answer. It's just that things happen, and and you can contribute. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, then at 60, I thought, what do people do? And they retire, and that's it, and they go away. And they've got all the knowledge. They've learned all these things over 40 years. And they've got the knowledge and they won't give it away. So one of the things I heard, and everything that I do is from other people, you know, I've heard from mentors and people, and it's like, I heard, don't go to your grave with your songs left in you. Somebody said that, and I thought, that's very good, that is. Yeah, don't go to your grave with your songs left in you. If you want to climb that mountain, then climb it if you're stupid enough. But if whatever you're doing, there's always a risk. And I didn't want to go to my grave with all what I've learned, all the shit that I've learned, and what I've done. This is why I wrote the book, because it's to tell people to keep on going. Because if I hadn't got people telling me to keep on going, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have packed up years and years ago for whatever reason. But I want to tell people to keep on going, and that's the message. So, and it keeps my brain working, and it's selfish because while I'm here, I'm not on the booze and things like that. There's things that demons in your life that you've got to keep away from. And what's the time now? Is it time for a drink?
What?
No, so there's a goal within a goal and a win-win situation, and you've got to be a bit selfish. There's things why I'm here. It's a bit selfish because I want to. But on the other hand, I'm giving you my experiences and saying, don't waste your time like I did. There's quicker and easier ways to do it. So that's it. I think that's it. All right.
Excellent stuff. Satnam. Are you alright for one or two more questions now for time?
I'm okay.
Yeah, awesome, cool.
You talk about the journey quite a lot. I'm someone who struggles with the journey. I've always got the end goal in sight.
Yeah.
In your earlier days, did you have the end in sight, or have you just always enjoyed the journey? Because I struggle with the journey on a daily basis. I'm always thinking about the end.
Good question.
I struggled with the journey because I didn't even know I was on it. Because I didn't know where I'd get to, and I did struggle every day. Yeah. So it's a normal thing because it was like, you see these cart horses pulling these milk floats, or we used to in the 50s, and they had blinkers on, and I used to. I imagined that I'd got blinkers on because I wanted to be focused on what I was doing. I didn't want any distractions, and this is what brings you down in business, distractions. So I wanted to do it quicker, better, easier, and painting, for instance, I went through a phase where I was painting and decorating after the window cleaning because it was a better paying. So window cleaning was for a few months, and cleaning gutters out, and then drains, and then mending fences, and then painting and decorating, and so it went on. Every day it was a new challenge, a new thing. More money wanted for more tools. The more tools I could have, scaffolding, bigger ladders, van, truck, and so it went on. So my goals were to get enough money to get the next thing. And so I was really blinkered. I was focused on what I was doing, minute to minute. I must do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. This drove through my head all the time. I'm ambidextrous, I can use two paintbrushes, at the same time. And it's like, it's exciting, and it's thinking, what can I do to make it easier and quicker and more profitable for the business? It was never profitable for me. I was never getting the money for me. It was never a thought of that. And my dad used to say, do the job properly, and then money will come along as a byproduct. Well, it always has. So I never thought of money, but I thought of doing the job properly and quicker, and so you could get more money. Yeah. So the journey, you can only see the journey when you've done it, and you can look back. But But if you get in the car in the dark and you put your headlights on, you can see 250 feet away probably. But you'd never say, I'm not going until I can see my destination. Because you go that 250 feet, then you go another 250 feet and another. And you keep going and going and going. And that is the exciting thing. And I always say to people, and this is from a mentor of mine, Zig Ziglar, he says, if you wait till all the lights are on green before you go to town, you'll never get there. So enjoy what you're doing. Try to improve yourself every minute of every day. And that's the excitement. That is the journey. And ask yourself, have I sold my business today or have I bought it? You know, so it's a day-to-day thing, not. But I've had my 50-year goals, 50-year, 30-year, 20-year, you know, month-to-month goals. My 50-year goal is just to be here. And even now, at my age, I don't buy green bananas.
Excellent. Let's get a question from this side of the room. Daniel.
Hi there, Neville. Great to see you. Just a quick question about fear, really. It sounds like from the age of 15, your fear disappeared when you was riding home, and on the bike. So what I wanted to ask you was, what was your greatest fear and how did you overcome it?
My fear was being in public. I hated people because people put me down, the teachers put me down. You'll amount to nothing in life, you know. And it's like I'd be in the school. I look and go, and the teacher would say, "What are you doing right?" Okay, looking at the clouds. It looks like a face up there. And they, "Don't be stupid, boy. Get on with what you're supposed to be doing." What are we supposed to be doing, sir? Algebra. Oh, algebra. Is that something you can light a fire with? You know, and my brain was different, and I couldn't cope. So there was this fear of until I was 40, I would never go into a room like this without Marilyn, because if you had to sign in, I couldn't sign in because I couldn't spell my name. I couldn't put the letters in the right place, and that's till I was 40. And then before that, if I got into a situation and I knew there was a situation, I was outside that door, I'd take my glasses off. I'd say, "Oh, I forgot my glasses, could you fill it in?" Because I was so embarrassed. So when we got this shop, all the till operators were trained to look out for people fidgeting about, people umming and ahhing about signing a cheque or whatever, and they'd go, "You sign it, I'll fill it in for you. I'll be quicker, I've got a stamp." You know, they've got to make an excuse so they didn't say, "Oh, you fucking dyslexic," you know. Yeah, it wouldn't be like that. They would recognise it and they would help the customer, they would. So my fear, what's the question? What was the question? Sorry.
It's just more of, did you have any fear and how did you overcome that particular fear to get you on the journey?
That was my greatest fear. I just was so frightened. So I didn't want to be in anywhere that anybody was. So I just kept my head down and.
How did you overcome it? How did you overcome?
A long time it was. I think I thought, well, it's something that I shouldn't be ashamed of. And when I found out other people, this is when it was, when I found out other people had got the same problem, it wasn't me. It wasn't shameful. Because up to then, you was an idiot, you was stupid, you was dumb, and there was all these things, and it was like, hey, it's not me. I can help people. I can help people by being truthful and saying, I can't, can you do it for me? And they go, I can't do it because I'm dyslexic as well. Yeah, so there's all these things.
Creating awareness, making other people feel good about it.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Awesome, good stuff. We're going to take 2 more questions. Tony at the back there, my man.
Hi Neville, I know Joe and Chris hold you in quite high regard in terms of a mentor. So what I wanted to ask you was, who was your biggest mentors and how important were they to your success?
Great question.
There was everything to my success. There's one at the moment, he's Cyril Shorts, he's on my website. He's 95 now. I speak to him on a regular basis, but not. He's not actually a mentor now, but he has been for 40 years, he was. Very often, it's you speak to Cyril and it's like, well, do you want to do that? Would that make you happy? You know, and it's bound, and I get people bounce things off me all the time. I go, well, you know the answer to it, you know, and yeah, but I just want to know what you feel. And I had lots of mentors, as I say. One, I wouldn't have had the shop if it wasn't for speaking to him for 10 minutes, which is in my book, and I wouldn't have done what I've done because, you know, they encourage you, they ask you questions. Are you happy with that? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Why? And so it's essential.
And what do you use mentors for across the journey? Sometimes it's accountability, sometimes business knowledge, sometimes just to have somebody on the end of the phone. Did you have different mentors for different things?
When you say use them, I suppose I did use them in that way, but I never thought of using them. You know, it was always just a chat, and I didn't have a coach to make me accountable in the way I've got to get this done by. Maybe it would have been a good idea. Maybe I would have had 200 million by now. I don't know. You know, who knows? But they were very good.
And what I like is Neville's got an incredible basement at his house. And downstairs you've got literally all of the
no chains.
old schools, the Zig Ziglars, the Les Browns, and we were talking about it backstage, and you know when you used to open them up and you know you'd have multiple CDs and the cassettes and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, still got them. Yeah.
Excellent. Awesome. Good. Right. On that note, we're going to end because I don't want to hold up any more. Neville Sutton's been here for an hour and 15 minutes. What an absolute superstar. Let's show Neville some super love.
Everybody, I really appreciate it.
That was absolutely phenomenal, Neville. Thank you very much. Who wants to show Neville backstage for me? That would be fantastic. Andrew, if you can run up here with the camera and come and grab a picture, that'd be awesome. Thank you very much.